Hey, Zach again here with creative sports news and marketing tips. Today, I'm going to talk about Microsoft and esports and how it has affected the future of sports itself. And two, I'm going to get a little bit into SEO. I'm going to explain a little bit about what SEO is and how it can benefit you in your business. So stay tuned. So, as some of you may know, it was just announced Microsoft aiming to apply sports analytics to esports with Cloud9 partnership. Now, I'm going to get into sponsorships into later episodes in this, how you can leverage sponsorships, how you can grow sponsorships, and overall, the importance of sponsorships when it comes to business and when it comes to athletes. But for now, I'm going to kind of talk through this Cloud9 partnership deal. Like I said, Microsoft has found its newest sports partnership in esports organization Cloud9, announcing a sponsorship deal that will have it deliver a cocktail of priority advances analytics to the Los Angeles-based team. The world's largest publicized trading company, which makes the Xbox gaming console and houses 13 game development studios, plans to source player biometric data and game video content of both Cloud9 and its opponents in hopes of bringing traditional sports learnings to esports. Well, there we go, everyone. More data. Data going into esports now. Overall gaming is a huge theme that's starting to grow a lot these days. And I think we've talked about this on an earlier episode of the esports trend. But to me, a sport doesn't have to be physical. I think it should be physical, but it doesn't have to be. Golf, for instance, is a huge sport, and it's really just it's skill. There of course are some athletics involved in it, but it takes a lot of skill and a lot of practice. And I mean, damn if I'll tell you that I can't. I've tried plenty of times to play golf, and maybe as I get older I'll get better at it, but it's definitely not one for me. But it goes to show you that to me that really relates to golf is the closest thing that relates to esports, because it takes a technical skill to me that involves more than running. It involves more than jumping. Height doesn't matter as much. Gender doesn't matter as much, which is a great thing when it comes to esports. So all in all, I think it's a great move for Microsoft to kind of eventually push forward with this analytics. Analytics help everything. I'll tell you, from growing a business standpoint, as you grow your business, analytics are going to be a major thing that you focus on. If you go and you start getting a website, analytics are going to be the thing that you really want to start tracking. Maybe not year one, maybe not year 6 months into your business, but as you start growing online and get more into the digital age, you're going to have to get those metrics involved. You're going to gain more sponsors. You're going to gain more leverage with making more of an investment if you have these analytics on your website, if you have these analytics out there. So to me, I think it's great. I think it just goes to show you the evolvement and the evolution of where esports is going, and how it's starting to become a mainstream sport. I mean, it's you have to have skill, you have to practice it on a daily basis to become good at it. And just like real sports, there's going to be cheaters. There's not going to be cheaters. There's going to be people taking... I do think in esports, you do have a little bit more leeway in the fact is you might find some tricks here and there that, other people can't do. One thing that I've always noticed from gaming, I'm not really an online gamer myself, and I think as I get older, my attention span just comes lower and lower when it comes to gaming. But there are people that use those tricks. But esports itself is becoming better at stopping those. But those also have sponsors. Think about the players. Think about the players out there on the court. Think about the players out there on running the track. It's the very same thing as being behind the computer and playing some of these games. You have sponsors. You have people that are following you and looking at you as you kind of work through stuff. So again, I think it's a very good thing coming into evolution. What does everyone else think? Make a comment below. Let me know what you think of esports in general and what you think of the evolution of it. And maybe I'll get back to you and give you a nifty treat. Besides that, today we're going to talk about Digital Marketing 101. What is search engine optimization? Search engine optimization, or also known as SEO, is utilizing Google search, also Yahoo, also Bing, and moving yourself up in the rankings when it comes to getting your website, getting your landing page seen. The more views you have from an SEO perspective, the less you are going out there and selling, and the more warm leads you are bringing in. What do I mean by that? I mean, there's a conversion rate standpoint when it comes to going out there and trying to grow your business. In today's market, SEO is starting to really take a huge effect, and I think it's essential for any business, any brick and mortar, to have search engine optimization. It isn't very much, it isn't getting utilized that much yet by nonprofits, by athletes. There are definitely ways you can kind of utilize SEO from, and I'll just call it SEO now that you all know that search engine optimization is SEO, that you can utilize SEO from a player standpoint depending on what your business is. As I always say, every business is different and unique, so you have to tailor your marketing campaigns around your business and your target market. But SEO is always essential when it comes to trying to bring in more leads. It takes time, I will tell you that. SEO takes time, and what it really is utilizing certain keywords that Google looks at and says, hey, you're an authority for this product or for this service. And it takes that keyword, and if it associates it with your website, depending on it, like I always say, content is king. In your content, it will leverage, take you, and they'll put you closer to the top. The average return on SEO, I think it's about 23%. People click on the first link, and then it goes down to 17, 15 per second. Lower than that, it goes down to about 10% conversion. That's just clicking onto your website, and this goes back to the analytics that I brought up to people about. Hey, you're going to start tracking. You need to bring in investment, but the great thing about SEO is once Google recognizes you as that authority, you're going to still have to watch it and have a management team, a search engine management team, watch your keywords and make sure that your competitors aren't trying to outbeat you for those keywords. But I'll make it very simple for you. Google will look at you and they'll see those keywords and they'll say, hey, is this person just as relevant as the person that this other person, this Joe Schmo down the street? I will say your competitor won. So is he better? If they think that you're better, they'll move you up higher. And there's lots of stuff that goes into it. It's not just throwing a keyword on a page. There's a lot of on-page optimization you can do. There's lots of off-page ways you can kind of grow your ranking. Google looks at each web page differently. It says, how much authority do you have on the web? Do you utilize your web page? Are you a spam page, or are you just a landing page? And yes, there's paid advertisements that Google offers that can go above the spot 1 or 2, but that's a different story completely. Yes, those, I always recommend paid search for people that are trying to get the quick fix, but that goes away. That's not an investment. So again, search engine optimization is always essential, I say, for anyone trying to grow their business and have an impact online. You may not start out that way. I always say the rule of thumb is start off with referral if you're new. Build a website. If you don't have any money to invest, don't go out there and spend $1,000 on a website. You're not going to get any effect out of it. It's pointless to spend $1,000. It's pointless to spend $100. There's lots of gimmicks out there. You want quality. You want something that's actually going to help you grow your online business. So what I say is start small, referral, a year, 2 years in, 3 years in, 4 years in. Start investing in search engine optimization. It definitely takes time, 6 months to a year before you see any fruits of your labor. And if you're a service-based business and not a product-based business, it takes even longer because you're not selling products online. You have to send them through an additional funnel to try to get people online. But what it does is it saves you time in going out and finding clients, and warm leads finding you online are more apt to purchase from you. Your conversion rate goes up because they found you. They were looking for you. So always keep that in mind as you're growing your business. And any sort of digital marketing aspect, take that in mind as you're growing, and start thinking about SEO. Start thinking about search engine optimization. If you have any more questions on search engine optimization, or you would like to go into some geeky details on it and any new trends that you may be finding in the market or anything like that, throw a comment below. We'll talk about it. Other than that, I hope everyone has a great weekend and a great week, and I'll talk to you all soon.